What's new, crew, and welcome back to my channel. I filmed this video earlier today, went down to sit down to edit it, and I realized I never filmed an intro. Today I brought you guys along with me. You're gonna make dinner with me, a really easy tight-ish recipe for my family, which is spaghetti pie. And then I also tried some new recipes today. I tried a new banana muffin recipe and a zucchini cake recipe with cream cheese frosting, so you guys can come along with me today while we make all of those things. So let's hop into the kitchen, shall we? I think we're gonna try to do these today. We really need to restock our homemade snacks. We don't have any right now. So these looked really good, and I have a ton of zucchini left over from the garden last year, and I kind of want to move through it a little bit more quickly than we have been. That way I don't have a ton of old zucchini when I'm putting new zucchini in once summer hits, because that'll be here sooner than I'm ready for. I have a hunch, but these look really good. It's a cinnamon zucchini cake. I also set out some cream cheese, pulled the butter out of my freezer. I want to do these today. I also have a couple bananas sitting up here that are looking like we need to make some banana muffins. So I think I'm going to do the banana muffins, that zucchini cake today, and if I have time. Today is actually a day where my husband works, and then he'll come home and he pretty much eats and leaves right away because he has night school for his apprenticeship a couple times during the week, and today happens to be one of those days. So I always try to have dinner ready for him or something for him to eat before he leaves for night school. That way he doesn't feel tempted to stop at Arby's or whatever it is on the way down there to eat dinner. So I'm gonna do spaghetti pie because that's something that I can prep, put in the fridge, and then just throw in the oven like an hour before he gets home, and it'll be ready. So I'm gonna show you guys that spaghetti pie too. I think I've shared that a handful of times in some of my old meal prep videos. I'll link that playlist down below if you want to see that. Currently 11:30. I set all my stuff out that's frozen that needs to thaw. I'm hoping when my son naps right around 1 or 2, I'll be able to get all 3 of those things done. The muffins, the zucchini cake, and the spaghetti pie, and I'm going to do that with you guys. This is the banana muffin recipe I am going to be using. It's from togetherasfamily.com. I found this off Pinterest per usual, but I'm just going to follow the recipe, get this whipped up and thrown in the oven. Look at how beautiful those muffins look. They look so good, how they rose like that. Yum. I got a pot of water on the stove for our noodles for the dinner that I'm going to be prepping for tonight. We're going to see how quickly I can get this going here. It's 2:20. I just laid my 2-year-old down for a nap. So it's just me and my 4-year-old. We're going to try to rock these out together. I'm going to start with all my dry ingredients, throw those in, get those mixed, and then slowly start adding in my wet stuff. So let's see. These should go a little bit faster than what the muffins did, because my children were helping me, which is very fun. But right before nap time, maybe not as fun. We're also potty training right now, so there's a lot of stop breaks in between doing things. 2.5. Alrighty, that's about 2.5. Alright, I always have to do a double check to make sure that I don't skip anything, because I'm known for that. I always miss something. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, brown sugar. See, good thing I checked. Alrighty, I was just watching Becky from An Acre Homestead, and I've actually been binge watching her videos recently. And she was talking about one of her videos, so she has to do the same thing. She always has to go back and double check because she always forgets something. I do that too. I talked about this recently in a video, but when I bake, I actually never add salt to anything. If it uses butter, I just use salted butter. However, this recipe doesn't have butter in the actual cake itself, so I'm going to add in the salt. But otherwise, I just skip it and use salted butter. Now that all my dry stuff is mixed, I'm going to start adding in my wet ingredients. This recipe also calls for a 1/2 cup of applesauce, which you guys all know I die when I see recipes are calling for applesauce, because I know it's going to be so moist and so good. It's like, I've learned in the last probably year of making a lot of my own things that applesauce is just so underrated when it comes to baking. That and sour cream, those 2 things, you know it's gonna be good. I froze them in these little sandwich bags, and there are 4 cups in each of these little sandwich bags. I'll link the video where I did this. I'm pretty sure I did this in a Crush It with Cassie. I will link this video down below if you want to know how I grew and froze my own zucchini. No blanching required. It was wonderful. It was a great experience. It's something I will 100% do again this year. But All I know is I need to cut this in half because there's 4 cups in here. I froze them in 4-cup increments because that's what my zucchini bread recipes call for, is 4 cups. So then that way I could just thaw this bag and dump it in, because that's what I use zucchini for most often, whether it be like a cheesy zucchini bread or, you know, your traditional dessert style zucchini bread. I just took a little taste out of our batter here, and it tastes very much so like the apple muffins that I make, just with, you can't really taste the zucchini, obviously not right now, but it tasted very, very appley, very cinnamony. I'm excited about this one. I'm gonna dump these into my bar pan here, rinse out the KitchenAid. I'm gonna show you guys how I make cream cheese frosting to top these bars off with, and spaghetti pie. So you guys are getting a lot today. A lot of some new stuff. Yeah, actually I've never made these banana muffins before, this recipe, and I've never made these zucchini muffins before. We are going to move on to the cream cheese frosting. So this is the simplest recipe in the world. It's a crowd pleaser. Every time I've ever made this and put it on top of anything, everybody likes it. I put this on top of cookies, cakes, brownies, cupcakes, all of the things. It's just super straightforward and really simple. Block of cream cheese. This was frozen cream cheese I pulled out of my freezer. The consistency has never really been an issue for me when it comes to making these frostings. You can see it's just a little bit more crumbly and stuff. It's never affected my frosting. People have never said anything. I don't notice anything versus when I use frozen cream cheese versus fresh. 1 stick of butter. There we go. A splash of vanilla, and that's a splash. And then you just start pouring in powdered sugar and whipping it either in your KitchenAid or with your hand mixer or whatever until it takes the form of frosting. And if you want to get real fancy with it, you can throw in a couple tablespoons of peanut butter. That peanut butter cream cheese frosting on top of like brownies or chocolate cake, forget it. I typically will add in my powdered sugar slowly until I get the texture that I like, a little bit more until it's just like right there. I'll taste it. If it needs a little bit more sweetness, usually I'll add in a little bit more vanilla, and that's really it. For the baked spaghetti or the spaghetti pie, what you're gonna need is a couple eggs, stick of butter, Parmesan. We're gonna put that all in the bottom of our pan, and it's going to all act like a base for our noodles that we're going to cook on the stove. And then we're going to top it with our meat and our tomato sauce, add a layer of sour cream, top the whole thing with cheese because yes, bake it in the oven, and it's just really, really good. It sticks together more like a pie, and it's just really, it's a go-to favorite around here. Here's our finished spaghetti pie. Joe came home and he ate quick, and he took a piece with him for dinner later tonight because he has class until like 9, so he doesn't get home till late. It's like over an hour drive home for him, so when he has night school, he'll eat when he gets home. He takes something with him to eat. But here's the spaghetti pie. We will eat this for dinner tonight as well. It's currently 4, so we'll eat in about an hour. I am just going to put this back in the oven to keep it warm until then, but this is the finished product. It's really, really good. This always makes lots of leftovers. We can eat off this for a day or two, and then I have a salad that I'm going to put with this for dinner tonight. Me and Joe also got into these zucchini bars. I love these. I 100% will make these again. These are dangerously good. The cream cheese on top really adds something. My husband said these were pretty good, and my husband's pretty finicky when it comes to things like this. So if he says it's good, it's good. I love the applesauce in it. It keeps it really moist, and it has a really subtle flavor that really complements the zucchini. I sounded very professional there, but this is good. Me and Lakin split one of these muffins. It was pretty good. I did enjoy it. The original recipe called to melt butter with a little bit of cinnamon sugar and brush them over the top. I still could do that. I think I'm just going to leave them like this and let the kids eat these for breakfast over the next week, and these are pretty good too, but I gotta say, the overall winner today was these. I will definitely be making these 100% again. These are good. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed spending a little bit of time with me in my kitchen today, making a really easy go-to dinner recipe for us and trying some new recipes on the baking side of things. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll link down below a couple videos for you guys that are similar to this if you are new and you just feel like watching some more. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, of course, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.